In this video, we are going to be working on the fuel pump. In the last video, I said my fuel pump parts show up. That's what we'll be doing. And they showed up, so that's what we're doing. And what is that exactly? All right, well, here's the box of parts I was waiting on. A bunch of new hoses, and fittings and ends. So here's my fuel pump originally. What we're going to be doing is removing all of this complicatedness to just a pipe, as well as we're going to be changing what this mounts to. There's this really janky piece of metal. I'll show you that in a moment. And we're going to put it on these rubber isolators, as well as we are changing from a -6 feed line to -10. Pretty straightforward. The reason I'm changing lines is this pump, which I understand pumps are inherently noisy, especially when they're solid mounted. But I think this pump's cavitating, and so I'm just going to eliminate everything, and either that's going to quiet it up a little bit or it's not. But I don't know. We'll cross that bridge when that happens. And this is stuff I've wanted to do for a long time. So, and that's pretty much the whole point of this project, is doing things that I was unhappy with and things I've wanted to do for a very long time. But as you see, I got the fuel tank out. We did that in the last episode. We ran the vapor lines last episode. Here's the fuel lines. And there is the old janky bracket. So we're going to start with removing that and actually physically mounting the pump into the car. Actually, I lied. First we're going to remove all of this, all this mess. Actually just clean these up. There's overspray on them, and I want to swap these bolts out for stainless hardware. So yeah, fuel pump cleaned up. Line switched over. Let's go take that old bracket off and replace it with these little rubber isolators, and then we'll bolt that on, and then we can get onto the front suspension. So like, that's the goal today, is fuel system done, front suspension done, and gas tank back in. I think that should be a pretty straightforward job. So yeah, let's start with removing the fuel pump bracket off the car. Right. I guess my only concern I have with this is that new line between pump and filter. You know what? If it needs to get moved, then it gets moved. And there it is, the old overkill bracket. Alright, I'm finally ready to put the fuel pump back on. I got the feed hose and then the little short line to connect the pump to the filter, all created and made. To do that, I had to pull the gas tank out. I have some clips of that, which then I sound deadened and then put a new seal around the perimeter of the tank. And this is all bolted back down and ready to go. Got the return line done and back on. So yeah, we should be able to do the fuel pump now. So you can see up in the one corner up there is there we go, the -10 feed. This hose goes up and hooks to like so. Yeah, we got the return line on. I need to tighten the return line down before I put the pump in, so that's what we're gonna do now. The return line goes up into there. Okay, so we need to tighten that down, put the feed line on, and then we can put the pump and filter on this bracket. And then we should be done. You know what? Before we do that, we need to send over the power cable, though, for the fuel pump. So I'm going to do that, and then we'll tighten this stuff down. Back, I got a 1-inch crow's foot. I should be able to get up in there. Now, just because I can get it in there doesn't mean I can make this thing tight. that it? Right, I think that that's tight. So I can, oh shit, put it on the fuel pump. Always easy to build something, but to make it so you can work on it, that is the difficult part. Well, we just did all that to potentially have to take it all back apart. But it does, sure does look nice up in there. Right, let's get the camera, there we go. Yeah. Oh, okay. All right, well, I think that's where I'm gonna leave it for today. It has taken a lot longer than I expected it to. You know, I've been here since 9 o'clock. It is now just about 3:30. The fuel pump should all be done now, though. The only thing is I was trying to get the idler arm bracket and everything in there, which it was in there before. It should fit, and I can't get it in. That's gonna be for another day. I really wanted to start on the front suspension today, but like I said, as things go, it's just, I should know by now that, like, I set a plan and like, oh, I'm gonna do this and it's gonna be easy. It's never easy. Next video, I am gonna start on the front suspension though, because I need to take that idler arm bracket apart because it gets really tight at the outer edges and I need to figure out what's going on with that. I shot grease into it, still nothing. Hopefully next episode, we will finally start on the front suspension and be able to get some wheels and tires back on this thing again. But yeah, anyways, thanks for watching. Till next time.
It's a tire and motor in. Show